Economists strategize to achieve national GDP growth projection, and INEC dismisses further extension of continuous voter registration exercise. Plus, updates on the exercise in Edo State. These are more on Panorama, reaching you from the Benin Network Center. I'm Ogochkuka Ona. You're welcome. Fuel subsidy removal and minimizing cost of governance are some of the inputs government must consider in achieving the projected GDP growth in the 2022-2025 plan strategies. These are some of the suggestions made by economists at a conference in Abuja. Musa Abubakar reports.
Nigerians have continued to have their say on addressing the challenges affecting the economy. At this conference, achieving the target of the 2022-2025 medium-term expenditure framework is high on the agenda. Uncharted economists are particular about exploring alternative sources of revenue, developing local manufacturing, and entrenching fiscal discipline as some of the solutions needed to strengthen the Nigerian economy.
Technically, the major problem in Nigeria increasing debt is revenue shortage. The country, though endowed with vast resources and potential, still struggles with weak revenue base.
People with skill, people with professionals. We need the economists proper to guide the government.
We should get the best of our brains to be presenting papers to the National Assembly for policy making.
The forum called for deployment of the needed economic know-how and technology to turn ideas into action that can turn the fortunes of the country. In Abuja, I am Musa Abubakar, NTA News.
In the meantime, efforts of the federal government to bring sustainable development to the grassroots seem to be stalled by activities of some political actors. This is a position of the leadership of the Nigerian Union of Local Government Employees, NULGE, who describes as insensitive the approach of some state governors towards the implementation of local government financial autonomy. Kevin Samuel reports.
Local governments are created to bring government closer to the people and enable sustainable grassroots development. In Nigeria, the local government reform of 1976 is expected to accelerate development and enable the local population participate and hold those in power accountable in an event of misappropriation of funds. However, these circumstances seem to be facing challenges in the present dispensation of local government administration in Nigeria, as most state governors have refused to allow local governments have their financial autonomy.
If there is local government autonomy, I think this insecurity issue will not be there. Local government find it difficult to do anything. It's a very pathetic situation. If you go to the local government councils, you will not believe that those are called government offices.
And condemn the deliberate attempt to allow the implementation of the act by various state governments.
In Uyo, Kevin Samuel, NTA News.
And now to election matters. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has dismissed the possibility of further extension of continuous voter registration nationwide as the exercise is billed to end today, 31st July 2022. INEC's National Commissioner supervising the exercise in Cross River, Akwa Ibom, and Edo States, Professor Rhoda Gumus, who said this while supervising the exercise at registration centers in Calabar, urges those who are yet to register to take advantage of the short time in order to get their cards ready for the 2023 general elections. Udwak Etim has details.
The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, had earlier given 30th of June 2022 as deadline for continuous voter registration, after which it extended to accommodate more eligible voters nationwide from 1st July and to end on the 31st July 2022. countdown to the end of the CVR exercise, large number of people are coming out for registration in Cross River State, as witnessed at various registration centers within the state capital.
Since we are coming out and we are seeing that maybe the process isn't going smooth like we expected, I think the date should be extended a little bit. I think even 1 week or so.
Still call for Nigerians to come out and register, because most people are feeling reluctant to register and they like doing things late. It's not about getting your voter's card, it's about voting your conscience.
In a bid to ensure smooth operations by the Commission, INEC National Commissioner supervising voters' registration in Cross River, Akwa Ibom and Edo State visited CVR centers in Calabar to appraise the situation of the exercise.
If at the end of July 31st and you have not been able to register, that is not the end. Yeah. I know that after the election, because we have logistics to take care of, we cannot continue to extend and extend. After registering, we'll print, and then people had to come and collect the voters' card.
For those who will not meet the deadline, INEC says the registration exercise will continue after 2023 general elections. In Calabar, Uduak Etam, NTA News.
In a last-minute rush to beat the July 31st closing date for INEC continuous voter registration, unexpected large number of eligible voters have continued to besiege INEC registration centers in Edo State. Jude Abugu, who has been monitoring the exercise, brings us an update.
The continuous voter registration exercise, which kicked off in June 2021, initially experienced apathy, but later witnessed an upsurge in 2022. This was due to the initial June 30 closing date stipulated by INEC. However, with the extension to a new date, the crowd began to disappear, only to resurface in the last week of the exercise. INEC offices in Edo State are witnessing an upsurge of crowd who, in their usual desperate move to get registered before the system shuts down, have come to this Oredo INEC office. We will try to find out from some of them why it took them this long before coming for the exercise.
We don't call. They promise us. We don't succeed. Even since morning, I've been here by 5:30 now. I leave house. When I come here, as I reach here, that's how we wait. My number is 141. They don't restart the thing.
This is not the first time we have come. We have been coming to register. But anytime we come, they will give us one excuse or the other.
It's only two machines that will be registering people that are up to 1,000 in numbers. As I'm talking to you now, people that are gathered here, there are more than 1,000.
The fear is that the system may shut against this large number of people turning up on the last day of the exercise.
There are so many people who are yet to even register, not because they don't want to register. You can imagine people being at a registration center from 6 a.m. to catch up, and 10, 11 INEC staffs are not there. When they come with machines that are not working.
Although INEC is yet to release its final figures, data from the Commission, however, indicate that as at Monday, 25th July, new registrants have exceeded 11 million nationwide, while over 25 million applications have been received for update, replacement, and transfer of PVCs. In Benin, Jude Abugu, NTA News.
Thank you very much, Jude. And in the studio is Akan Lawrence. He is the HOD Voter Registry and ICT Department, INEC Edo State. So you're welcome to Panorama.
Thank you.
All right, let's begin with a reaction from, some of the eligible registrants there. INEC is indicted, late coming.
One thing we need to understand and correct with our mindset here in Nigeria is that people like going to this kind of events very late. You would remember that CVR started June 28, 2001, and now this is 31st of July 2022, more than a year. But I can tell you in the first and second quarter, we were actually looking for people to register. Now, people like waiting for the last minute. INEC still had created room to take care of the situation. So when you have everybody come at the same time, you're going to have an upsurge, and it is a bit difficult to manage. We had deployed online registration system, which should have helped a lot of people, but a lot of people paid deaf ear to it. That was a very big solution. But we are keeping to our promise of making sure that we try our best to register as many Nigerians as possible, especially in those states.
Okay, what about the malfunctioning of the machines and the late commencement of registration on a daily basis, as raised by some of them?
Most times we visit these centers. For instance, we need to understand that the commission directed that some systems should start moving to the polling units to reach out to people at the grassroots.
That's the mobile.
The mobile system was scheduled, in agreement with the stakeholders. So in the state offices, all right, you have only one machine. But you see, people like coming to the state office. We want to take this thing down to the PUs, but they like coming to. So if you have about 500 persons or 100 persons comes to one system, they will say the system is working. The system is actually doing well, but the crowd is too much. Why don't you just go to the polling units? Because we have sent the system down to the grassroots. So those are the challenges. Even in the state office headquarters, you have people leave local governments because they believe that, in the headquarters in Benin City, the system will be working better than those in the LGA. That had always been a wrong mindset.
So as at today, it is the D-Day.
The D-Day, yeah.
Yes. How many people have we gotten in Edo State?
In Edo State, from June 28th till today, we've registered over 330,000 people in Edo State. And then out of which also we've done over 84,000 transfers. People have done transfer within or outside. That's inter or intrastate transfer in Edo State has hit 84,000.
So what next? Let's say this report saying the youths constitute the highest percentage of those who have registered. What accounted for that?
Of course, those that turn 18. That has been the drum, the music that INEC said. This CVR actually is not for everybody. It's for those that just turned 18. That is the primary factor. So if you've turned 18, you are youth. So we talk more to the youth. Then number two, there had been a lot of strong voter education and sensitization, collaboration with stakeholders so that the youth could come out that had turned 18. So I think that is the main thing. And when youth in Edo State had a lot of mobilization, and we were able to support their rallies, their mobilization, we sent systems there in Oredo, in Ipobokanden. Straight away, they really came out.
Okay. So if you are to gauge registration, the last election, and now, what's the percentage?
Oh, this is far, far greater. The impact is more. The awareness was strong because of voter education. The commission gives attention to the grassroots, reaching out. We use all form of media to reach out to people, and look at more than 1 year of doing the same work. The impact is huge.
So what are your projections? I mean, after today, after the registration today, after the ending of the registration today, what next is on the timeline for INEC?
PVCs will be printed, and then PVCs will be collected by registrants.
Okay.
So there will be, we're going to have PVCs printed, sent to the states, and they'll be sorted, and then sent to LGS, and voters, registrants will go to LGS to pick their PVC. Of course, the commission will bring a guideline if the PVC will be collected at the LGA or at the ward level or at the PU. The commission will make a statement on that. Okay. But the next line of action is PVC printing or production.
Okay. So let's just get a reassurance from you that voter registration hasn't ended. Madam already said that in Calabar. Most people will say, oh, the war has ended, there's no more registration. So let's hear from the horse's mouth.
the word is continuous voter registration, CVR, which means it is continuous. So we are just going to take a break so that we can go and do some other things
to get set
for the elections. So we will pause today, ends today by 7 p.m. Or in fact, the commission really tried. The time was extended from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. And we close 7 p.m., 7:30 every day.
Okay,
for a long period.
So officers are on ground?
On ground, in all the LGAs.
Okay, as we speak?
As we speak, if you go to any LGA office, you'll see our men. We work till 7 p.m. You've come to the state head office at Abuja. We are there till past 7 today. But don't come tomorrow. You won't see us doing registration.
All right. Thank you very much, Akon Lawrence.
Thank you.
HOD voter registration and IC departments, INEC, here in Edo State. Thank you very much. All right. We'll take a break at this point. So we'll be right back. Please stay tuned. As Nigerians warm up for the 2023 general elections, civil society groups are yearning for attitudinal change amongst Nigerians to drive good governance for national development. Elizabeth Omori reports that this was the view of some youths at a forum on governance and leadership.
Youth are seen as the foundation of any society. This is because of their resourcefulness, character, and orientation, which define the pace of development and security of the nation. To this end, civil society groups like the Progressive Movement for a Better Nigeria is equipping youth with requisite knowledge to help harness their potential for national development.
So the role we have to play is as parents to see how we can help our children, learn good ethics, moral values. We already have them, only that is eluding us.
Presentations hinged on reorientation, respect for cultures and religion, as well as tolerance to drive better societies.
When you have a right attitude, that is when you can be able to impact your immediate environment and the society at large. We, as a youth, we can do this. Let us start and make a possible change. That change we want to see.
As the 2023 general elections draw near, they urged the youth to shun electoral violence, thuggery, and remain focused in their quest for a better Nigeria. In Abuja, Elizabeth Omori, NTA News.
Governor Godwin Obaseki has commended the wives of officers of the Nigerian police for their patriotism and selfless service in the society. As he says, his administration will assist the officers' wives in the state to actualize their different projects aimed at giving a facelift to humanity. This was when the governor received members of the Police Officers' Wives Association, POWA, Edo State Command, led by the chairperson, Hajia Jume Abutu-Yaro, on a courtesy call in Government House. Elizabeth Omoko reports.
Concerned about the welfare and the fate of police officers saddled with the responsibility of protecting lives and property of Nigerians, Governor Obaseki says the police cannot achieve much if there is no necessary tools to work and conducive environment for them to carry out their duties. Governor Obaseki says he will collaborate with the wives of the officers to improve the living condition of their husbands.
What you've come to ask for, we're already doing in the States. So what we'd like to do is to see how we can collaborate with you.
Chairman, Police Officers' Wives Association, POWA, Edo State Command, Hajia Jumai Abutu-Yaro, commended the governor for the rehabilitation of some police stations destroyed during the NSAS protests and the rehabilitation of police training school, Ogida Barak, Benin.
Your monumental support for the police has demonstrated that this is the most friendly administration in Edo State.
She appealed and solicited the governor's support in empowering women through skills acquisition training and providing relevant equipment to wives of serving and retired personnel, as well as a disease to enable them become self-reliant. In Benin, Elizabeth Omoko, NTA News.
Despite the series of campaigns against human trafficking and illegal migration, the tide appears to be on the increase, and that is why stakeholders are relentless in their efforts to deal with the scourge. Edo State Command of NAPTIP and other agencies, as well as non-governmental organizations, want those engaged in trafficking persons to put an end to the illegal trade. Dennis Temple captured the 2022 awareness campaign in Benin and now reports.
The theme for this year's 2022 awareness campaign centers on the use and abuse of technology. Stakeholders want to address the role technology plays and is still playing in promoting trafficking in persons. They are of the view that though technology has aided the recruitment of victims through online dating platforms and the likes, it is also through technological means that victims are given opportunity to report cases of human trafficking to relevant enforcement units.
Well, we have made a lot of inroads in terms of prosecution, in terms of prevention, in terms of protection, and in terms of partnership.
The theme is abuse of technology, because nowadays these people that traffic them use social media to get to their victims, unlike before where it has to be in person. But now it's very easy for them to get victims.
Unfair. So we want them to stop it so that there will be peace in our nation.
We'll keep on doing our best. We'll keep on talking. We'll keep on campaigning against it. We keep on fighting them. We hope it will end. It is evil. It is mass inhumanity to man.
If not totally eradicated, at least let it be reduced. Our guests have lost their lives. Our youth have lost their lives because of this human trafficking.
A lot of persons don't know what human trafficking is about, the dangers and all. So we are raising awareness today, and we trust God that people will get the information.
The National Agency for the Prohibition of Trafficking in Persons, NAPTIP, was created in July 2023 on the provisions of the Trafficking in Persons Prohibition, Enforcement and Administration Act 2023. The agency is the federal government of Nigeria's response to addressing the scourge of trafficking in persons. In Benin, Dennis Temple, NTA News.
And let's join Cynthia Ogun for sports updates. And as it's on Panorama today, we reached you from the Benin Network Center. Always remember to join NTA in the fight against rape and rapists.